So in this part I'm going to speak only about Paimon. I'm going to focus on him now. As I've said, I cannot wait to read the entire book. As I've said, I've written it, it's ready. And about Paimon now. It's almost I could say he has many facets, and you know, for what he represents, no, and in the same time not. So there is definitely some type of paradox, no, and the text in the book, it is really very, very beautiful, and it's very the way you read it in this poem form that I have written it, it's almost like a very old Greek type of verse, almost like a hymn, and it's like very royal type of language, no? And it was quite interesting to arrange the pages. I worked the last 2 days in arranging the text. Now, of course, I had a big part of the text in full sentences, and the manuscript was more than 500 pages, and then I went to almost like make from the text a poem, no? And then I decided to make, first I thought I'm going to keep a part in prosa, in sentences, and a part in poem, but then I decided to make it all in poem. So then I knew it's going to be a large book, a big book. And about the title, no, the King Paimon or Paimon, the void and the silence, this is a thematic, and the Lord of the Abyss, no, Paimon, and it is a grimoire. So the grimoire aspect doesn't have anything to do with Paimon himself, no, but it is to say a genre that one can recognize, this type of book. That's why somehow I included it afterwards in the title, no. So, you know, for the person who views, of course, you always try to make a cover that's attractive, and you know, it attracts someone to buy the book or to read it, no? And it's like a helpful word for somebody to know, okay, what type of genre this book is. And I like to be honest, so it's like, okay, if it's a grimoire, it's a grimoire. Now I was quite actually happy and excited that I have written my first grimoire, and I think it fits perfectly for Paimon, because he is definitely like a great king. If you start to read from the first sentence, from the first appearance of Paimon, no, it's almost like I start the book with him already talking. You feel the royal, you feel his majesty, you feel his power, his dominion, his richness, his knowledge, his grandeur, no, his great King Paimon, no, it's almost like he's almost always say either he's known, no, it's almost like I had a vision with him in this market where I was like a girl playing my manjera, my instrument, and I was sitting down, and then he passed, no, in front of me, and he rides on a camel, and then he has many people surrounding him, so it's almost like he's known, that's what I wanted to say, he's known for his beneficial celebrative way, no, of being. He is King Paimon. It's almost like he repeats this over and over, of course, in very beautiful poems. The way he speaks is very beautiful in the book, and it's very, I would say, dramatic, but intense, fascinating, full of lessons, full of knowledge, full of wisdom. At the same time, it's almost like it liberates one from different certain of fears or some type, you know, King Paimon is almost like he has magical abilities, he's a magician of the wind, of the fire, he almost like he's able to read in people's souls, no? Sorry, so he's able to recognize, as I've said, you know, the knowledge he carries. I hear like sense of time, you know, like he's the eternal prince that travels the desert. No, the desert represents the sands represent the sands of time. No, he travels through time. He's eternal. No, and he has his camel and he has his entourage. No, that's what I wanted to say. He has his entourage, and he's always accompanied it with music. And I again think about the story, you know, where in this image I had me playing the manjera and him appearing and me trying to almost like sing for him. No, it was like he was helping me. Almost like I had a feeling like he saved me, he helped me, and he definitely did. No, it's almost like he helps without asking or questioning. It's almost like it is a quality of him to recognize what type of help one needs, and he loves to give up his wisdom, to share his wisdom. You know, the book is definitely a sign of this, because it's a very large book and it's a very deep knowledge type of book. And the verses are very, very beautiful. It's a very beautiful read. It's almost like a trance. One gets into the rhythm of the poem, no? And it's very, very pleasant to read this type of, you know, the way the text is arranged on the page does make a big difference. Of course, you know, it's almost like I arrange, you know, how easy it is for you to wear your eyes, no? Or how to say, where I want the sentence to start, no? How is the flow of the book, or how the text looks on the page, you know? And of course, then you go on the editing of the words, of the grammatical, you know? You try to but it's almost like not important for the work, you know, because you do it. It's almost like mechanical editorial type of work, but then you want, you know, the text has to be perfect, so you have to do it. And then it's almost like it's like a jewelry that you're still shining until you see it translucent, until you see it ready, polished. No, it's almost like you have to polish the book, and that's what you're doing. And then the most important part is the text, the knowledge, the idea, no, that the excitement behind the conquest. And so I think the book can teach many people in many different ways. Of course, there's not necessarily a goal of reading a book in that meaning, but it's almost like a part that it's connected to the reading aspect of something, no? And this is a book for those ones who want deep knowledge, who want to know more, who enjoy this type of genre, no, the grimoire, or this type of thematics. And in the story, it's very much about Paimon, of course. You know, that's like the way I wanted it to be. And for me, it was almost like I wanted to understand. I wanted to hear him speak. I wanted to translate. I wanted to have it in English, no, in my language, so to say, or for other people in English as well. Of course, a book can be translated and in other languages as well. It should not be limited by the language itself. And so I can only say Paimon is a great king, definitely, and I've tried to give him that honor, as I've said, no, in the book. So that's like a emotional part of the book that when you're going to read, you're going to see what do I mean when I say this, and it gives that special effect. I think it's like it influenced the language behind it, no. So the book does have many different layers. At the same time, it has a very nice, cool tone that one can easily flow through the pages. Even if it seems a lot of pages, text flows very nicely, which I like. And then there's a lot of knowledge in every word. You know, everything is placed very nicely, so it gives like a deep feeling, a deep connection to what you're reading, no? it's almost like the enjoyment of reading these words, and yeah, it's very like demanding. At the same time, it's very honest and very true. You know what Paimon speaks. He does speak the truth. No, he's he has the wisdom, no, the knowledge, and it is very personal as well. Of course, my connection to the book is different than the one of the reader, because I'm the author, and I could speak a lot about the book itself, or about the creative process, or different things, but the main focus is always the story, you know, how good the story is, how interesting the story is, no, how good written it is, and how interesting in the end, no, how many people are going to feel attractive or attracted to the book itself, no? So, and then of course once they read the book, how they like it, if the book is good, if the book is interesting, if the book can hold the reader through the end or through many pages, no? Not to say that every book I think is beautiful, and I have read some very beautiful books in my life that I really enjoyed, you know, almost like I was only focused on the book, almost like the enjoyment was so great that my focus was almost like impossible to not continue reading. Now that's the type of feeling that I would like to give to my books in general. But the King Paimon book is different, no? It's not a simple novel. It's not a simple book in itself, no. So that's the royalty behind it, or the grimoire aspect of it, depending on, of course, the thematic that the book has. And if you imagine, the void and the silence, it's almost to say that it speaks about the abyss, no, the forgotten things, the end that we think that's the end, no, the darkness, no, and then you find there King Paimon, no, that's like and then what that abyss or that king, King Paimon can teach you about the different knowledge that he carries, and this is very much representative in the book through the verses, which is quite important part of the book. Okay, of course I don't have the text yet to read it for you, but I will do some videos where I'm going to read with my voice from King Paimon book. I really love the beginning. I love the story. I love the entire concept of it. I really hope you're going to read it, enjoy it, and yeah, that's has somehow attracted you enough to follow or listen more about Paimon and learn from him. And of course the book is the best part of it, because then you have it for yourself, and then you can always read when you feel attracted to it. Thank you so much for listening, and I'm going to do other videos and follow-ups about Paimon and about the book itself. Thank you.